Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a crowded room, watching as people scramble for attention, begging to be heard. The louder they speak, the more invisible they become. Now, shift your gaze to the shadowed corner, where one figure sits in silence, unmoved, yet magnetic. Eyes drift toward them, drawn by an unspoken gravity. Why? Because they understand the forbidden truth. Power flows backward. The more you chase, the more it escapes you. The more you demand, the less you're given. Nietzsche saw it first. The greatest power is not in the roar, but in the silence that compels others to fill it. Here's the paradox. To control, you must surrender control. To lead, you must lure. But how? And why does this defiance of instinct hold the key to dominance? The answer lies in the dark art of strategic passivity, a game where patience becomes predation. The room is watching. Will you chase, or will you become the bait? Why do we chase when we should lure? Why do we beg when we could command? The answer lies in a primal wound, the fear of irrelevance. Nietzsche called it the will to power, the unconscious drive to assert dominance, yet most sabotage themselves by seeking validation through pursuit. Carl Jung saw it as the shadow of desperation, an unspoken hunger that repels what it craves. Society conditions us to equate effort with reward, but power obeys a darker arithmetic. The harder you try to control, the more you reveal your need, and need is weakness disguised as effort. Schopenhauer understood this. The more you stir, the deeper you sink. The hidden force at play? Psychological scarcity. The mind believes that what is not seized will be lost, so it lunges, only to find empty hands. But what if the true game is not in the chase, but in the stillness? What if power, like a predator, waits in the shadows, not from passivity, but from supreme calculation? The trap is set. The question is, will you step into it, or become the one who lays it? Consider the executive who clings to authority by micromanaging, only to breed silent rebellion in his team. Or the lover who suffocates their partner with demands for affection, only to watch them pull away. These are not mere failures of strategy. They are violations of a fundamental law of human nature. Need repels, allure attracts. Cognitive science reveals our brains are wired to devalue what's readily available, a phenomenon called the scarcity principle. Yet we ignore this, flooding the market with our attention, our labor, our desperation. Like moths to a flame, we confuse visibility for power, not realizing we're burning our own wings. Nietzsche's warning echoes. When you give yourself, you are no longer desired, the deeper consequence. A life spent chasing is a life spent being controlled by others' indifference, by the illusion of effort, by the cruel joke that the harder you grasp, the more slips through your fingers. But what if the secret isn't to move forward, but to make the world move toward you? The escape begins with a single heretical thought. Stop chasing. Start radiating. History's most formidable figures, from Sun Tzu's strategists to Nietzsche's Bermensch, mastered the art of magnetic inaction. They grasped that power is not seized. It is summoned. Consider the chess grandmaster who sacrifices a pawn to lure their opponent into a trap, or the philosopher who speaks sparingly, ensuring each word carries weight. Their power lies not in exertion, but in calculated absence. The rebellion is this: replace pursuit with patience. Replace insistence with intrigue. Let others hunger for your presence, your approval, your alliance. How? Become the prize. Cultivate unshakable self-worth until your mere attention feels like a reward. Master the pause in conversation, in negotiation, in conflict. Let silence do the work. Design the bait. Offer just enough to fascinate, never enough to satisfy. This is not manipulation. It is the reclamation of leverage. The game was rigged from the start. Now you hold the other end of the string. Here lies the silent epiphany. Power is not taken, but surrendered by others to you. The moment you cease chasing, the world rearranges itself. Like gravity bending light, your stillness distorts the desires of those around you, pulling them into your orbit. Nietzsche glimpsed this in his vision of the will to power, not as brute force, but as the art of making destiny come to you. The ultimate truth is paradoxical. To possess control, you must relinquish the illusion of control. The general who wins does not chase the enemy. He lets the enemy choose the battleground, then turns it into a tomb. The seducer does not plead. They become the question others ache to answer. This is the fulcrum of human influence. You are either the beggar or the banquet, the hunter or the horizon. Choose, and the world mirrors your choice back to you. Now, will you keep grasping its shadows or become the light that casts them?